Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining my channel. So as of late, you might have noticed I've been talking a lot about fragrance, beauty, things of that nature, and today is no different. Listen, as of late, I've stopped shopping fashion things pretty much completely because my closet is in disarray. I have to get it under control before I start shopping, and I am so far from it. So you will still see beauty things and fragrance and all that stuff. So let's get right into it. I want to start with the thing that I'm most excited about. I found a new fragrance shop here in Chicago. It's like an ultra niche fragrance place. I typed in, what was it, Goldfield and Banks, just to see who carries it here in Chicago. And this place came up that I had never heard of. It's been open for 5 years, and it's called Field and Florist. And it's located in downtown Chicago on Dearborn. I just made that up. It's on Dearborn, I think, but you can look it up. Field and Florist. And there's a flower shop as well as a fragrance shop. And they have like what I would consider kind of like ultra niche. These are fragrance brands or fragrance houses that most people are not talking about right now, or are just now discovering, or know about and really don't shop all that much. So if you want to smell unique, this is the right place for you. I grappled with whether or not I was going to share where I got my fragrance from, because I don't want them to be like, I don't want them to be crowded when I go, for one, and two, I don't want everybody smelling like me. But you know what? If it's something I love, I need to evangelize it so that they stay open. So Field and Florist, very great customer service. That all aside, I found a fragrance from the brand called Joram. And I can't remember which one it was, and I really loved it in store. It was unlike any of the fragrances that I have in my collection, moderately priced, nice size, so that I can kind of just not overdo it, because that's what I've been trying to do, is go for smaller bottles because my collection is so big. And then I sprayed some on my hand in the store, took the bottle home, and then by the time before I even made it home, it had developed into something super masculine on my skin. And then when I got home, hubby remarked about like the fact that I smelled like men's cologne. And so I was just like, that's not going to work. So I contacted them and asked if I could exchange, and they had no problem with that as long as it wasn't open. So I did exchange it for another one. Now this one I would consider to be ultra niche because it's a very small fragrance house based out of Seattle, sorry. And it's from the brand Nose of Gatsby. And the guy who's a head perfumer there, his name is Gatsby I think. Yo is his last name. And I fell in love with a brand, the fragrance Sentimental. Now, luckily they put the notes here, the main notes here on the box. I still smell some other notes that you just really, they didn't list, but I smell them. But they said it's rose, rose prick, white rose, myrrh, geranium, and silent moments, whatever silent moments is. For me, I pick up some spiciness, like some clove, pepper type of, spice in there that gives it its edge. I have not opened it yet, and I'm going to open it with you. I know what it smells like because, I bought it, but shoot, how do I open this thing? They sealed it pretty tightly, but I got it open. So now it's a done deal. It comes with a whole bunch of stuff in here. I don't know what it is, but let's see. It's a handwritten thank you card from the perfumer. That's pretty cool. This is really cool. And he signs it off Gatsby. That's really cute. All right, so then this is a card that says what fragrance I have purchased. No, his last name is Gatsby Y-E-H, and I don't think that's focusing because, you know what, the camera doesn't love me, but Y-E-H. And it gives me another sheet here about the fragrance itself. Wrong way. Gives me another sheet about the fragrance itself. All right, so here's the fragrance. We're opening it together. And it looks like a label maker, but it's not. It's smooth label. It's not the label maker, old school label maker thingy. This is the fragrance, y'all. I'm so scared that it's gonna smell different than what it did in the store, because sometimes it does, because it's an unopened bottle. But let's see. All right. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's very rosy, you all, but it does have like that spicy edge to it that, that kind of breaks up all the florals. It's a lot of rose. If you don't like rose, you're not going to like this. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. It's slightly challenging. So if you're new to fragrance and if you're new to rose, this is not going to be for you. This is kind of challenging. You have to be confident to wear this one. You have to know what you like to wear this one. This does have a slight bit of white floral element going on to it. So I do have to be careful how I spray this, but it smells so good. I'm willing to take that risk. But this one is moderately priced too for it being ultra niche. I don't know any other way to describe these fragrances that are kind of obscure, but that's all they do is fragrance. I know it's niche, but it has to be ultra niche. How deep down into the crates you got to dig to get to these. But this one is super, super nice. Oh my goodness, this is so good. All right, on to the next thing. The next thing is pretty big. Commodity had a sample sale. It was at first, it was only in their store in New York, and I was so heartbroken that I wasn't going to be in New York to go to the sale. I'm pretty sure all of the good things went for the people who were there in person, but then they opened it up to their like rewards members. I'm part of that. I forget what they call the program, but what their commodity rewards program. And if you're part of that, they open it up to those people first. I don't know how long that was, and then they would open it up to the public. That said, everything was 50% off. So I purchased a few things. I got a gift set. A commodity milk, just milk. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus for you. Yeah, gift set. It has milk and then the milk plus as a travel size. So most of these I'm going to gift to people who have admired some of my fragrances before and or whatever, you know, birthdays and stuff coming up. So this is going to be a gift. Then I like milk a lot, so they have the candle, and I've never had one of their candles before, so we're experimenting here. Really little. And for me, like originally in my former life, I probably would not have purchased this candle because I have this thing, like once you burn a candle, it's gone and you essentially wasted your money. I feel that way about fragrances too. I hate spraying my good fragrances. But now I have a candle warmer, which is a lamp that melts the wax. It doesn't burn the wax, so it never goes away. And you just keep on melting and melting and melting and remelting, and it just smells good forever. So that said, I am okay with buying nicer candles now. I think I might start to explore. So this is my dipping my toe into something that I probably would have never purchased. And then I bought another one as a gift for a friend. And then I also purchased a discovery set that has pretty much all of their fragrances. Probably doesn't have, I think it doesn't have juice. All right, let's see, what all does it have? Yeah, it has everything except for their latest. Actually, it doesn't have their, so this is what comes in it. It's a lot. To me, this set is fairly overwhelming. It's a lot to go through, and just they give you the tester strips for you to figure out, like you spray it on here, see what you like. It's a whole big pad of tester strips. It's pretty overwhelming. When I did this one plus 2 like supplemental discovery sets. It's like I forget what the lines are called, but there are some that are like temporarily in their collection. So I had so you had these, I probably had I don't know. It was probably 50 different ones to go through. It was a lot. So it was overwhelming and hard to decide what I liked. But I also got juice on the side, and then it was 2 supplementary sets to this that I got the last time. I ended up purchasing juice. Then later they launched iced, and I ended up purchasing ice. And then they later released Milk Orchid, and I purchased 3 fragrances from them, like full bottles. But this discovery set is where you want to start. If you want to kind of get introduced to the brand, understand what they're about, like what the signature, they have a particular DNA to commodity. And if you don't like the DNA, you won't like any of their fragrances. I know people like that just can't get down with commodity. And then there are people like me who love commodity. So of these, it was hard for me to decide, but they have their standouts, and Juice, Iced, and Milk Orchid have been standouts for me, and I did purchase all 3. But this one is going to be a gift because I've already gone through the overwhelming process of sniffing all of these, so I ain't doing it again. And then as a gift with purchase, they gave a little sample size of Milk Orchid, which is great because now I can travel with it. I traveled with Milk Orchid before because it came in a bottle, like a decant type bottle, plus a traveler that you can refill all the time. So I travel with it all the time, but this will be nice to travel with. And then the last thing I want to share with you is that I went back to Yom Layl. You know, I talked to you about this brand before. It doesn't want to focus, but this brand is like top notch for dupes. And this is how a lot of times I make a decision on if I want to buy something. I kind of live with it for a while. This gives me a feel for if I'm going to like something or not. It's never quite the real thing. It's maybe anywhere from 90 to 95% that fragrance, but I get to buy it at a fraction of the price. And then I get to make my decision if I want to buy a full bottle or not. The reason why I bought a discovery set this time around is because Creed dropped a new fragrance a few months ago called Wild Vetiver, and I am in love. When I tell you I'm in love with this fragrance, but the price for Wild Vetiver is just stupid. So they came out with the dupe, Vetiver Rush is what they called it. And I wanted to live with this for a while to see if I, at any point, if it ever ends up on a discounter or something like that, do I want to buy a full bottle of Wild Vetiver? And so this one is very, very close. Again, I gave it a sniff already. Very, very close to the real thing, but just not quite the real thing. And if the prices never go down, maybe I just get a full bottle of this. I don't know. But I bought a dupe of Perseus, Parfums de Marly Perseus. I do have a sample of this one, which is great. So I want to see if I can live with it for a bit. I bought a dupe of Mojave Ghost. I actually had a travel size of the Mojave Ghost. I used it all up, and it wasn't full bottle worthy, but it was a nice, easy reach for every day. Go to the grocery store, go to the gym. So I thought this would be nice. Again, sometimes you may decide that the dupe is enough, and that's what I decided for Mojave Ghost. So I got that one. Then I wanted to take a risk. I've been trying my best to love Amouage Guidance 46. All of them, I've not loved any of them. And so they have another one called Purpose 50, and they named theirs Aim 50. And so I wanted to try it and see if it was something that I could finally like from Amouage. So I'm going to live with this for a little bit. And then I made a mistake and repurchased Mina, or Carmina is a dupe of Carmina from Creed. I already have a bottle of this from Yom Layl, and I don't know why I purchased a second one. So I'm looking to give this away. If anybody's interested in having a dupe of Carmina, I'm looking to give it away because I don't need two. I don't even know if I'm gonna use the first one. Or maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. Maybe I will get through it because it is summer. I'm looking to do more like fruity, playful fragrances for summer. So Carmina might play right into that for summer. So maybe I will end up using it. I don't hate it. I don't, you know what I mean? It's not like I don't like it. So let me make that clear. I do love Creed Carmina, but it's quite sweet and quite fruity, and maybe it's better for summer. And I was trying to like test it out during winter. It just wasn't working. So we'll see how this works in summer. Yeah, so I really, really wanted to do this video today because I want to be able to pack the thing, because I'm going on a trip this weekend. And I want to be able to bring some of this stuff with me. And I don't, like I said, I like to show you things brand new and pristine. I hate showing you things that are used. So that's why. And I also wanted to follow up on a couple things. The last time you saw me go fragrance shopping, I went to House of Dubai, where I found a bunch of niche fragrances that I had been looking all over for. They carry a ton. And they happen to also be having a sale. They were having an additional 20% off. I think 20% off the entire store, but I'm not sure. That day I picked up House of Bo Xuxu. And when I reviewed this, I opened it and I realized there was no plastic around the box. And the sprayer sprayed on the very first try. I assumed that they gave me a used bottle. When I went back in there this weekend with a friend, I noticed that all of their House of Bows did not have plastic on them, but that doesn't explain why it sprayed on the first spray. So maybe not. I don't know if I got a used bottle, but I was really highly irritated. Aside from that, the fragrance itself, though, this was my first fragrance from House of Bo. Absolutely love. Listen, when I tell you House of Bo Xuxu is that girl. So if you're looking for something new to explore, this is citrusy, slightly floral. It's very dynamic. So it's hard. I don't know the notes offhand, but it's very dynamic and complex. It is memorable. People notice it. People compliment it. It's unique. I would say give it a sniff. See if you like it. But House of Bo Xuxu was a good pick. Then I think in that same video mentioned to you that I ended up picking three Orlov fragrances based on a recommendation from the perfume guy. He was saying how these had all gone on sale on Joma Shop. I went and got them. It took about 3 months to receive them. So I finally received them. And after all that waiting and anticipation, these are forgettable. They're not bad. I think like if you want to have something on hand that are easy, dumb reaches is what people call it, where you don't have to think about it, you just want to not smell like detergent and soap, then these are it. Like you just kind of spray them on and you to yourself may not smell like detergent or soap, but it's not going to project. It doesn't have longevity. It doesn't have crazy sillage, not super long lasting, none of the things. So for the price that they were selling at, the $30 or so, you pay for what you get. But I cannot imagine having paid $150 plus for these bottles. I would have been highly upset at the performance of these fragrances. They don't smell bad, but they're just not doing much. And so that's all. I just wanted to circle back. Like I said, I don't like to, endorse something before I have tried it myself. So I always say the verdict is out, but the verdict is now in, and they are average at best. But again, for $30, you pay for what you get what you pay for. It's not a huge risk, so go ahead and try it, but don't expect it to be like a super, bang up deal. It's not a deal. This $30 is what it's worth. That's today's video. Listen, check out Field and Florist if you're ever in Chicago. If you want to look for something really different, go check them out. Also, the other store that has a ton of fragrances is House of Dubai. It's in the Bloomingdale building, 900 North Michigan. Try them out. It's on the 3rd floor. Go check them out. And that's about it. And of course, Commodity. Check out Commodity if you've never tried them. Try out one of those discovery sets to see if you even like the brand. That is it, you all. I've talked way too much. Now I get to wear my fragrance. I'm going to douse myself in this Sentimental. Talk to you later. Bye.
Rocky, she's just a fashion girl from Chicago. Rocky, just a fashion girl